Welcome to a brand new episode of The Drop, the weekly show where I let you know the hottest games coming out across the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the PC, the Switch, whatever they might be coming out on, we will talk about them right here. And this week continues our streak of very big releases, with Nioh 2 making its way to the PlayStation 4. On top of that, Ori and the Will of the Wisps is coming out on the Xbox One and the PC, and we have some other games worth mentioning as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. To kick things off this week, we have Nioh 2 coming out on the PlayStation 4. Master the lethal art of the samurai in this brutal masocore action role-playing game, for death is coming. Journey to 1555 feudal Japan, a country gripped in the misery and madness of endless warfare, a place where monsters and evil spirits infest a land of natural beauty and menacing peril, where everyone from the smallest child to the bravest warrior lives in constant fear of the spiritual beings known as yokai. Play as a mute rogue living as a hired mercenary and renowned yokai hunter. Born to and abandoned by human and yokai parents, you are burdened with the ability to take on supernatural yokai form. Can you survive the treacherous Sengoku era and terrifying Dark Realm? Nioh 2, as you would expect, is a sequel to 2017's Nioh, which was very well received on the PlayStation 4. In fact, now it's officially a PlayStation Hits title, and on top of that, it also later got a PC release, which is something you can probably expect for Nioh 2 as well, though no definitive release has been confirmed at this time. With that being said, this sequel builds on the foundation that the first game laid down in a variety of ways, but probably the most notable is the yokai transformations, which essentially allows you to become a demon whenever you build up a specific amount of stamina. This game has a variety of in-depth fighting mechanics, so many in fact that it probably warrants its own video, so we won't get too far into the weeds with this one. But if you are a fan of the original Nioh, maybe you played the Nioh 2 demo and you enjoyed it, or if you just want to see what is new from Team Ninja, Nioh 2 is coming out this week exclusively on the PlayStation 4. Next up, we have Ori and the Will of the Wisps coming out on the Xbox One and the PC, and it's worth mentioning this is a Game Pass title. The little spirit Ori is no stranger to peril, but when a fateful flight puts the Owlet Ku in harm's way, it will take more than bravery to bring a family back together, heal a broken land, and discover Ori's true destiny. From the creators of the acclaimed action platformer Ori and the Blind Forest comes the highly anticipated sequel. Embark on an all-new adventure in a vast world filled with new friends and foes that come to life in stunning hand-painted artwork. Set to a fully orchestrated original score, Ori and the Will of the Wisps continues the Moon Studios tradition of tightly crafted platforming action and deeply emotional storytelling. This is one of the biggest Xbox games of the year. Many people have been looking forward to this game for a very long time, and for good reason, because Ori and the Blind Forest took that hand-painted aesthetic to the next level. It truly is a gorgeous title, and of course Will of the Wisps is looking to build on that in a variety of new ways, including introducing some more in-depth RPG mechanics to kind of bring players back and give them a bit more depth into their experience. Now, with that being taken into consideration, as I mentioned, this is also an Xbox Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate title, so if you have subscriptions to either of those, you do get access to the game when it launches this Wednesday, March the 11th, which is a few and far between release for many games in the industry. Not too many Wednesday releases. But with that being said, if you want to pick up the game, it's coming out this week on the Xbox One and the PC, and it is worth mentioning, also available on PC via Steam, not just the Microsoft Store or the Xbox app. Next up, we have a game that actually launched in 2019 on the PC, but I did not talk about it, and it definitely caught my eye this week, and that is Black Future 88 coming out on the Nintendo Switch. Black Future 88 is a synth-punk roguelike 2D action shooter. Vertically climb an always evolving procedural tower to reach the top and kill its insane owner before your heart explodes. Shoot, slash, dash, and upgrade yourself to survive the endless waves of deadly traps, homicidal AI, crazed junkies, and colossal wardens standing in your way in a stylish alternative version of 1988. The world is reeling from a nuclear cataclysm created by Duncan, the tower architect. The first of his bombs fell in the summer of 1988, and by December they had blacked out the sun with endless rain. We decided to stop keeping time after this, and it's been 1988 ever since. Everything that lived through the initial attack will die in the extreme floods that followed. These are the times after, where there are no more months or even weeks. Everything is measured in minutes to live. Take on the mantle of one of the last remaining misfit survivors and fight your way to the top of the tower to kill the the architect and stop the endless nuclear rain. Ascend to die and die to survive. Of course, with this game, I might be a bit biased because I'm a huge fan of synthwave, of retro wave, of any of that stuff. Oh god, I love it so much. Vaporwave, I'm down. So this is definitely going to be something that just tickles my aesthetic bone. That's a weird way to say that. But regardless, this is ultimately Dead Cells meets synthwave. That's ultimately what you're going to be getting here. So with that being taken into consideration, there are some various little perks and stuff that do make this stand out from Dead Cells, but I just wanted to point out that this game is launching this week on the Nintendo Switch, and Dead Cells on the Switch is a perfect fit. So if you are into that die to survive, continue to evolve, rogue legacy kind of situation, you are going to be a fan of Black Future 88. And again, launching this week on the Switch, out now on PC. Next up, you have My Hero 1's Justice 2 coming on the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC. The battle for justice continues, but this time the fight gets bigger, badder, and more quirkier. Is that how you say that? In My Hero 1's Justice 2. Based on the hit anime series, all of your favorite characters return in this 3D arena fighter that pits heroes and villains in the ultimate test for righteousness. Play through the anime and experience memorable fights as you relive iconic scenes. Pick up after the finish of My Hero 1's Justice and see what happens to Deku and the class at UA. The cast from My Hero 1's Justice are back, and they are now joined by newly added characters from the series. With 40 playable characters, build your dream team with your favorite hero or villain and fight to build up your plus ultra meter and pull off quirks and special combos that go beyond.
Don't f with me! I have the power of God and anime on my side!
Wait,
Before we end today's show, we do have a couple of honorable mentions. First off, Langrisser 1 and 2 are both coming out on the Nintendo Switch, and Borderlands 3 is coming out on PC via Steam after spending 6 months as an Epic Game Store exclusive. But that rounds out today's episode of The Drop. If you enjoyed this one, drop me a like down below and let me know what you think about all of the games coming out this week. I would love to hear your thoughts, hear what you're picking up, or if you are excited about anything coming out in the next couple of weeks, because there are a variety of big spring releases. But until next time, you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. I'll talk to you soon, and peace.